Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of the greatest podcast known to Earth. Better than Mom's Basement, better than the Joe Rogan Experience. This is your host, Isaiah Faithful, for episode 40, motherfucking 6. And with my two amazing, goddamn, retarded co-hosts, MG Nas and Hayden. Never mind, hold up. Let's scratch that. Let's give him a new introduction. For the most cheesiest cheese of cheese, we got cheesy motherfucking beef in the motherfucking chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh fuck! My water almost spilled.
Stupid.
And
Hey,
we have a special guest today. He's one of a few of his race. He's he's a Ravens fan, and he's one of our dearest friends. Everybody, it is the helmets, the retard, the guy with retarded headphones himself, Mr.
hey,
What's up,
when
bro? I'm back.
when he was introducing Corrupt, I put the money sign up because if my channel gets monetized, his headphones are gonna get some red. His headphones get revenue, bro.
I'm buying Corrupt headphones, bro.
Question.
His headphones. What?
Could someone please clip that intro Isaiah did for Corrupt? Please. No, that's that. When he first introduced him.
But listen.
Only one of his race, so I'm not lying.
Listen, Hayden. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So the Green Bay Packers are a bad organization, right?
That is cap.
All right. But before we get to today's episode, Corrupt, don't say anything. Hayden, I have a challenge for you, okay?
Okay.
I bet you I can make you say the number 10.
Oh my god.
Fuck you! I'm gonna say it anyways. Go fuck yourself.
All right. So what's 10 plus 11?
Okay.
What's 10 plus 11?
49.
See, I told you. I told him I can make him say 21.
I'm not saying it. You thought.
All right, but let's...
Hold on, Hayden. I can make you say 11. I can make you say 10, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Actually, no. I can make you say 17.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the year? What age were you when your dad left you?
18. 18 actually.
That is horrible, bro.
I'm sorry, Hayden.
Anyways, let's get into today's episode.
Oh.
All right, but yes, let's get straight into this episode. It was a funny introduction, honestly, because fabulism by me. I'm the greatest imagination creator. But let's get into this episode here with our guest, Mr. Corrupt. So we are here for the preseason, and we want to talk about what our team did and how we feel about what our teams did with the rookies, especially, and the veterans that are trying to look to get into a roster spot. Who do you feel in training camp and in this first week of preseason did really good for you guys, and someone that you didn't expect to be good, and someone that could be a good part and a good player for the upcoming season, Mr. Crow, for your Baltimore Ravens?
So actually a rookie a lot of people doubted. I just want to get this out this way. Odafe Owe has been pretty freaking good throughout training camp and this preseason game against the Saints.
Okay.
Odafe had I don't even know if they're counting it as a sack or not. He at least had like a half a sack, right? An assisted sack. He had a lot of good tackle for losses, all that kind of stuff. Odafe Owe had a really good game as rookie. He's probably the rookie of the game, right? Going over the game itself, the Ravens won 17-14 over the Saints preseason game. The Ravens did not have Rashad Bateman play, which is destroys my heart. He was the person I was looking forward to the most. Mm-hmm. Our offensive line just sucked. It just sucked. Like every single play, bro. You see Trace McSorley trash. Like honestly, they like bowling pins. They're just gone. So the one thing I can take from this is that our defense is damn good, damn freaking good. Patrick Queen looked amazing. He had a sack and he single-handedly took down the Saints on a drive. Patrick Queen's going to be awesome. Who's now number 6, by the way. Not number 48. He's number 6 now.
I hate that. I hate the number change so much.
Man,
The number change is catching me off guard.
It is like
I'm kind of digging it, honestly. I kind of like it.
I'm just happy like it really does not affect my team a lot because we haven't had like that big star player do it yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird seeing Darius Slay wear number 2 because that was Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts wear number 1 this time. It's gonna be a little bit weird, but
well, didn't Hurts wear 1 in college for Oklahoma? Or was
at Oklahoma, he wore 1 and 2 in college too. So
it's not gonna be that weird for Hurts because we've seen him in 1 and 2 before. So Darius Slay though, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, but Corrupts, any other thoughts on the preseason for the Baltimore Ravens?
So we're going in this game thinking Trace McSorley is going to be our backup for Lamar Jackson. But honestly, bro, Tyler Huntley has been looking really good, and he's been beating out Trace McSorley slowly but surely. He basically like helped drove the offense to just the game-winning touchdown. So it's looking more like it. Trace McSorley did not have a good day today. I know it hurts for you, Mr. MG, since you're a Penn State guy, but.
MG.
Yeah, I mean, the wide receivers, everybody's injured. Like this preseason game is like the only thing you can really take is the defense because on offensively, everybody was injured on the O line and the receiver board. So
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
MG. Fuck you.
So for your guys' preseason, Marquise Brown didn't play, Rashad Bateman didn't play, Sammy Watkins didn't play. So that is all. Your top 3 receivers did not play in this game. So. That's basically interesting. But preseason, any guy on your team, Corrupt, that you want to see improve in this preseason? A guy that you want to see make the next step?
This guy I'm about to bring up has been doing really good in training camp, and I think he will take that next step. He's actually is a wide receiver, James Prochet. This entire training camp, he's been really good. He's been standing out. He's been beating guys like, Devin Duvernay and all the other guys. He's been really impressive this training camp. And, I mean, to be honest, throwing-wise, it wasn't really an impressive game today. It was more about the legs, especially from Huntley. But I do want to see more of Prochet. Prochet's been just the star of training camp so far. Like, the biggest story, basically.
Okay. All right. Isaiah.
All right, now, MG. We've discussed the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens are going to be going into this year looking for a championship. That's their goal for the next couple of years. And can we all agree that Harbaugh and the whole offense of staff is on a hot seat in a way?
I think
for this year.
A little in a way, especially their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it kind of seems that Raven fans and Ravens in general, just people who go around the Ravens, expect a lot from this team, especially with Lamar Jackson developing his deep ball and his ability to continue to still run. And the running game works as always.
I have one question for Corrupt before we move on to MG.
Yeah, we're not done yet, but
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
How much money are you worried about Lamar's contract after seeing Josh Allen get paid what he did?
And honestly, we can all agree that Josh Allen deserved what he got, right?
Yes.
If Lamar Jackson got that contract, I wouldn't be too mad, especially since I know that the cap will be increasing. That's why I think we should sign him as soon as possible, right? If we wait another year, let's say Lamar Jackson has another good playoff run, right? Even if he wins just one playoff game, looks good in that, loses, looks good in that loss, he's gonna ask for more money, or you know what I mean? He's gonna expect more money. I think we should sign him as soon as possible.
It's gonna be like Dak. Dak wanted only $30 million. Then he wanted $35 million. Then he wanted $40 million. Then he wanted $45. It just when you see in Lamar's situation, Baker might be getting paid soon as well. When you see guys like Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, guys who are in your draft class starting to get their money, as soon as they get paid, you start to want more and more.
Exactly.
So I think if you're a Ravens fan, I think you should just want to pay him now. Just get it out the way. So that way, because
you don't have to worry about it.
More.
These other guys get it, like Baker.
I
think Baker will be the lowest paid one in that draft class.
But to continue what I was trying to say, honestly, again, I'm trying to say that you guys are looking for a Super Bowl. Is this the year you have to win? Is this boom or bust for you guys? For hardball is what I'm trying to say, because it kind of seems like you guys are putting him under the hot seat this year. Do you think it's his possibly last year in the Ravens?
So you mentioned the offense coordinator, right? I think that this is a boom or bust season for him, Greg Roman, which is our offensive coordinator. John Harbaugh, not so much. If we see more playoff success, right? Let's say this time we actually pass the divisional round, right? I think John Harbaugh's job is safe, right? Now, if it continues to happen over and over again, right? Like Lamar Jackson's rookie season, honestly, we probably shouldn't even made the playoffs. That was just a miracle run, honestly. I'm surprised we made the playoffs.
Didn't you go like what? Y'all won your last 6 games or something?
Yeah, we were 4. Yeah, we were 4-5 with Joe Flacco, and then Lamar Jackson 6-1.
6-1. So
yeah, the last 2 seasons, we finally won a playoff game. Right now, we have to do it consistently, and then if we can't pass like that wall, right, then John Harbaugh will be fired. I personally think that's what will happen. Now, what do I think? I think I'd give John Harbaugh 2 years or whatever the rest of his contract is, personally.
Okay.
Because I feel like John Harbaugh's been with the team so much, right? And I feel like there's only so much you can do with Lamar Jackson, especially with how much money he's about to get paid, before you start like having to change everything up. You know what I mean?
Well, let's look at it this way. You guys had dominating defenses in the past and still to this day. You've had multiple chances to win the division, which you've had success in doing that. It's just that it just seems like, in a way, you guys are like, I don't want to say you guys are the Clippers of the NFL because you've won a title. You've won 2. But it just seems like with Lamar Jackson, you haven't been able to make it past the second round, especially when you were the best team in the league one year, and you couldn't beat the Tennessee Titans, which, I mean, you could say was because of the coaching allowing your players to rest 2 weeks. And not letting him play that Week 17 game. But I honestly think it's boom or bust. Not boomer, like to the point where you're going to have to go into complete rebuild mode. But like for Harbaugh, which is, I'm trying to say, like, I think new coaching staff is going to have to be implemented into this team. I mean, I just feel like people have figured out Harbaugh. You're going to have to change up your offense, because not only that, the Browns are getting dominating. They are looking to take that division and take that Lombardi. They've never had it ever. And I want to speak to you on that. How do you feel about your division moving on? Even though, again, it's always has been one of the most dominating divisions in football. How do you feel now that the Bengals are up and coming? The Steelers are slightly declining, but still have a good defense to put them probably like at 8 wins. And then the Browns now looking like they could win the Super Bowl and possibly win 15 games this year.
So I think this is the Bengals are coming up. The Bengals are coming up.
Yeah.
For the Bengals, I have to see it to believe it first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Right. I think it's between the Browns and the Ravens, honestly, personally.
Yeah.
Right. It has to be. Right. If we don't make the playoffs, everybody should be fired. It's a given with the talent we have, and I think that we've improved roster wise. We should be making the playoffs at least. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a given. The way your defense
that's
is built.
a given, right?
Yeah.
Division wide though, right? Divisional wide, man, it's because the Browns look damn good, right? Right. I do think the Browns will take the division, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if we, let's say we meet the Browns in the playoffs, we beat the Browns in the playoffs. Like, I'm not too worried if we don't win the division. You know what I mean?
You know what you and the Browns are like? Y'all are like how the Steelers and Ravens kind of were for some time.
Yeah.
Where like the Steelers, they had their Super Bowl runs throughout the 2000s. Y'all had y'all's as well. But it's like, all right, the Steelers win the division. I wouldn't be surprised if Ray Lewis and the Ravens go into Pittsburgh and steal that wild card first round win, or vice versa. If you guys are the division winners in the 1 seed that year, y'all Flacco doing good, your defense, I wouldn't be surprised if Big Ben coming to Baltimore and win that playoff game. That's kind of what this kind of reminds me of is like, all right, yeah, the Steelers and Ravens, they were relevant throughout the 2000s with Big Ben, and you guys have Flacco in his prime, but it didn't matter. You guys, when it came playoff time, Joe Flacco showed up, and some years Big Ben showed up, and some years the seedings y'all didn't match up a lot. But I just think this AFC North division with the Ravens and the Browns, man, it's about to be so fun the next few years, bro. Come on, Baker versus Lamar, and is Baker the best quarterback? No, but we had to admit that he has made the correct improvements to become a successful NFL quarterback. The talent that the Browns have, they got Myles Garrett, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, the Hunt and Chubb duo. The offensive line has become better. The defense of the secondary, the corners and safeties are becoming better. And then the Ravens, man, you got Lamar. That whole run game is going to be lit. Then if Bateman and Hollywood Brown can be a good duo, like you just got so much with the Ravens and Browns. And then Mark Andrews is looking to have a bounce back year. Kind of had a quiet season last year. It's the Ravens and Browns going to be such a good rivalry. And honestly, I just think I can't wait to see it, man. I just can't wait to see the Browns and the Ravens go at it this season.
Same. Corrupt. I have a question. Can you treat my man Bateman good, please? Can you treat him good? I love Bateman coming out of college, please.
And that was
Bateman will be treated.
That was going to be my next question. Good, now with Bateman with his injury, with him possibly going to be playing half the season, how do you think he's going to be coming into this year? I mean, he's not going to be able to play the preseason because due to injury, unfortunately. Do you expect him to do anything much this year? I mean, because he's expected to miss like at least 4 or 5 weeks of the season, right?
They're saying he's like from today.
Mm-hmm.
He's expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks, which is late September to October.
So he can still develop good, but having that preseason would be better for him. And how do you feel? Like, do you think he can still put some decent numbers up for like in 10 weeks? Or do you think this is more for him going to be understanding the playbook and understanding who he is as a player on this team, knowing that he's going to probably have to be the second option this year? Because he could very well take the number one option next year. But with this injury, we don't know how he's going to want to come back into the field. Is he going to be scared? Is he going to be coming back aggressive? Because he was very aggressive in training camp and mini camp as well. He was doing what he had to do. He's making everybody. He had all eyes on him. But now with him being injured, do you think he sets back, or do you think he just is himself? Hopefully, he stays himself though.
When I see and like watch Rashad Bateman, right? I'm not talking about like football wise. I'm talking about like him. When I see Rashad Bateman talk and all that kind of stuff, he doesn't really seem like the type of person to like let this like injury get to his head. I think it just make him motivate him. You know what I mean? I think that it will suck for his first year, right? I don't think he's going to be like what we thought. Honestly, we might have been overhyping him a little bit. It's still a rookie, right? Like you said, Isaiah, getting to know the playbook, getting to know the NFL, that happens to like a lot of rookies. There's not like a lot of rookies who are just like from day one, they're just amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of rookies, that's understandable. I'm just trying to imply because he's going to be missing like at least a couple of weeks of the season.
I think it's fine, mostly because our wide receiver core is noticeably yeah, but it's noticeably deeper than it ever has been in the past, like 5-6 years ever, right? Last time we had a good receiver core, actually, the last time we had a good receiver core, we won the Super Bowl. So
that was a good receiver.
Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden,
Jacoby Jones, Dennis Pitta.
Fuck San Fran.
But yeah, like Sammy Watkins and Marquise Brown, I think Rashad Bateman with those two there, he doesn't really have to worry about being the number one option this year.
Yeah.
This year.
I think
the injury
too, though.
Yeah. I think the injury it's the number one thing we have to make sure is that he's 100%. He's 100%. That's it. I don't want him to be coming back too early. You know what I mean?
Like, you don't want to rush it at all because...
Yeah, no, not at all.
If you do want to sit, like, over rest 1 year, it'll be this year just so you can be 100% safe. Because he still got
Yeah, but
Barkley and Brown.
at the same time, I don't think it. I don't think he should be. I mean, he could rest. I'm not telling him to rush him back in, but honestly, I'm still going with the fact that I think the Ravens have to make an AFC Championship game, or it's. I can't see you guys paying Lamar Jackson if he doesn't take you guys to an AFC Championship game. He's been there. He's a 2,000-yard rusher, a MVP. He should at least taken you guys already to one championship game, and he hasn't. I mean, you could blame the team around him, but you have the pieces, you have the defense. Now with Patrick Queen in his second year, looking as promising as he did last year, it's a mandatory. You guys have. It's just you have to go, but. Again, with a stacked AFC that it is with the Bills, and on paper the Browns looking as good as they are, who knows?
See,
Who
like-
knows? Is gonna happen? We even might get to see the fucking Chiefs get knocked out in the second round.
Who knows?
See, like,
Also,
here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Here's the biggest thing, right? The problem I have with like the entire like Lamar Jackson's been there and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I agree with you to like a certain extent. First off, he has to learn how to do that deep ball better and throw outside the numbers, right? He needs to learn how to do that better and more consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Need I to remind you that his offensive line has not been good, and his receiver core his best receiver has been Hollywood Brown. Since his rookie year, Hollywood Brown's been the best receiver. That's not good.
Number one.
That's not good. And of course, like I said before, I think Greg Roman holds back Lamar Jackson. That's just me.
You think?
I think he holds him back. I think he holds him back passing wise.
Okay,
Let me repeat. I think he holds him back
Honestly,
passing.
here's what I think about the Ravens, though, and why I think you guys are in a good position this season is because, first off, like you said, Lamar had to go into every year with kind of just Hollywood Brown in the sense where Miles Boykin sometimes was the second best receiver, and Mark Andrews, honestly, like, yeah, he's a great tight end, but like, I mean, I just think that having Miles Boykin as your receiver too didn't help him. But this year, the Ravens are going to be in such a better position because they have the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that. They got J.K. Dobbins. They got Gus Edwards. And, I mean, we can make the Lamar running back jokes, but he is a great runner when he has the football in his hands. And then, not only that, why I think the Ravens are going to be a great team this season is because they have the perfect receiving core. They have the young. They have Hollywood Brown, who he's not a rookie anymore. He's learned the NFL now. So Hollywood Brown's like in his stage where he's about to come into his prime. Then you got the young Bateman, and you got the veteran Watkins. You got the young, the almost fully developed Hollywood Brown, and then you got the older Sammy Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
So you have kind of a perfect receiving core because all of them are learning from each other every single day and are making each other better. And then also too, why are people not talking about the Ravens defense? Like the Ravens defense isn't a top 5 defense. Last time I checked, Marlon Humphrey is one of the best man-to-man coverage corners in the game. Also, one thing about Marlon Humphrey, he's not even one of the best man corners. He's actually one of the best zone corners as well. Actually, one of the best all-around corners in the NFL. Actually, the second best as far as all-around can play in any scheme. Also, too, we got to forget, Marcus Peters can get turnovers. One thing, he doesn't tackle very consistent, but he does get turnovers. Also, Patrick Queen's about to be a breakout linebacker in the NFL, and I'm just waiting for him to shine. Then the defensive line, I mean, yes, you lost Judon on the edge. But you still got Calais Campbell, who is still doing his thing. I don't know how. That man's like 35 now, but he's still doing his thing, making Pro Bowls and putting up numbers. So I think the Ravens are in a good spot. You got to improve receiving core. Mark Andrews' revenge season. The defense is always going to be good. It's always going to get you stops when you need it. And then Lamar Jackson just has to be himself. Don't listen to the outside noise. Continue to get better and just be yourself. And I think the Ravens are going to make a good playoff run. I won't be surprised if we get Ravens versus Browns AFC Championship if that's the way the seeding lines up.
That'd be crazy.
I think it's going to be Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, Browns, or Chiefs, Ravens.
Bills. We got the Bills too. But
that too.
There's a lot of questions. I think the biggest one for me is offensive line. Our offensive line does not look good. It just doesn't. I know, like, we had most of our starters out today with injuries. But I think that's the biggest question, just for the entire Ravens, right? You also have some positions where like the front seven is not the greatest, has like it has been, and
Like it has been.
yeah, the depth at safety is very questionable also. But I think this team can make a deep playoff run. And
Mhm.
personally, I don't feel like we should just give up on Lamar Jackson if he like in like future wise, like very short term
Mhm.
future, he doesn't do
Mhm.
like he doesn't get to the AFC Championship. And the reason why I say that is because he is one of the youngest quarterbacks and players in the NFL still.
Mhm.
By the way, he is younger than Joe Burrow. It's crazy fucking stat. This
Mhm.
guy has a ton of time to prove, ton to time to improve. My bad, a ton of time to improve. And Lamar Jackson, there's one thing that you can't lie. He does have the leadership. He does have the
Yes.
heart that a lot of players lack sometimes.
Oh, don't forget too. He had the
So
Madden curse last year.
I'm a trust in Lamar Jackson.
He had the Madden
Yep.
curse last year too.
All
And he
right,
got his
so
first playoff win. But go ahead, Isaiah.
all right, so anything else before we move on to the next subject, Mr. Crowd? Do you want to say anything about something that you didn't think we should have said? Something we should have said to you? Do you think there's anything else you want to talk about before we move on?
I guess like the only really like uh J.K. Dobbins, watch out for him. He might become he might have a breakout year for running
Taylor's
backs.
better.
Yes, a
What?
lot of people, a lot of people think
Jonathan
he's gonna have a
Taylor's
breakout
better.
year.
What?
All right, so
Cool.
now moving on, we are gonna head and stay into the north, and we're gonna go with Mr. Hayden Cheesy B with the Packers, and we're gonna talk about your Packers. Hayden, tell me how have you been feeling with training camp, camp in general, and now your first week of first week of preseason. How do you feel about your rookies and your veterans? Who has made a push that you didn't expect?
Owen
And
Burks.
again, just like I asked Corrupt, who is your MVP of the training camp?
Training camp to begin with. Jordan, I want to get the elephant in the room. Jordan Love. In training camp, he would have one good day, one bad day. One good day, one bad day, one decent day. Like, it was a little inconsistent. I was worried. But I wanted to see this preseason game was a big one for me. And what I saw today from Jordan Love was impressive. Jordan Love went, let me pull it up, 12 for 17, 122 yards and 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. That is pretty good for Jordan Love. Yes, MG?
I just have a question.
Yes?
Every time Hayden is explaining things, he always has to go get the stats. He never just has it up there and ready. I just find that funny.
Shut up.
He's like, all right, so Jordan Love did this. Oh, let me go get the stat. Oh, so Giannis did this say, all right, let me go get the stats real quick.
Shut up. No, but Jordan Love scored our only touchdown today. He did. And he had a nice 88-yard drive. He did. He only had one bad pass, and that one bad pass was caught amazingly by Devin Funchess. And that is someone who is taking a huge push in training camp, trying to make the roster spot, because Devin Funchess has not played since September 2019 was the last time he played.
Yep, because injured and opted out.
And today, he went 6 receptions for 70 yards and averaged 11.7 per reception. Devin Funchess was lighting up. Yes?
So is he the MVP of the training camp?
Yeah. I'm going to have to go Amos, because I've been hearing he's been making a huge impact on the defensive side. Intercepting Rodgers a lot. I got to go Amos. He's been pretty good. Yeah.
And Rodgers is a throw.
He's making his value go down so he could get a faster way out of
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Nah, but
Amos
if he's really because one thing about Rodgers averages like 5 picks a season, which is I think the best of all time of picks per season. He averages like one of the lowest interception rates every season. So if he's getting picks off of Rodgers, then he might be a good pass coverage safety this season.
Someone that's been going against Devontae Adams, Eric Stokes. I feel bad for him because they've been putting him against Devontae Adams, because because like they don't usually run man, they'll run zone. That's usually what our defense has been, and they would line Devontae out, like the offense would line Devontae up in Eric Stokes' area, and the thing is, Rodgers said in an interview that he's not doing terrible versus Devontae. Like he's getting burnt, of course, because it's the best fucking receiver in the league and the best quarterback. Like.
Yes,
but I like that for his development. He's facing the best quarterback in practice and the best receiver. That's how big plays Slay, like Darius Slay. That's how
Wait. You guys have Patrick Mahomes on your team? You said the best quarterback.
Nah, we have the reigning MVP. We have the reigning MVP.
Wait.
You have DeAndre Hopkins? I didn't know that.
Okay, shut up. Devontae Adams better than DeAndre Hopkins. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, wait, Isaiah, does Mahomes play for the Packers? Because he said the best quarterback.
No,
Mahomes play for the Packers?
This man, DeAndre Hopkins, been putting up top 5 receiver numbers with fucking trash quarterbacks before Watson.
I'm not saying all time who's better. I'm saying like going into this year and it's Devontae Adams.
All right, but anyways, so the MVP of the training camp is Amos, correct?
Yes.
So, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna play this season.
Yes.
So, B. Christensen.
Yes.
When Rodgers does leave from training camp, and what you see in this preseason game, is Jordan Love ready at any moment to take over this team?
From what I see today, good enough where we can make a wild card. Because he only had one bad throw, and all we need him to do is just be consistent enough, because we'll probably run the ball with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. That's what I think our offense is going to be leading into, heading into the Jordan Love era. I think we're going to be more of a run-dominant team. Like, that's why we probably drafted Dillon, so we can get that, like, power back, that true power back with Dillon, and then Jones, a great elusive back. And something underrated with Jones that people do not mention is his receiving. And Jordan Love today, he had a few dump offs to the running back, and that can be huge in the pass game with Aaron Jones.
You get comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
As Isaiah died, it's okay. But so Jordan Love, you talked about him. You talked about your breakout player in the defense, but I mean, who in the offense is impressing you outside of Jordan Love?
Devin Funchess. What he did today impressed me. Like, he went back and he showed that this 2 years off did not affect him. He was playing like he did in Carolina with Cam Newton. Like, the wideout.
Okay.
I think he could be our wideout, too, if he plays like how he did today.
Think he is. I think he is, because you guys signed him last year to be your wideout, too.
Yeah.
And, that's going to be crazy because people, they talk about Devontae Adams, but, I mean, you guys don't have a bad receiving core. You got Devin Funchess, who is still a good wide receiver. You got Allen Lazard, who's improving every single year of his career. MVS is just going to always be there for his speed and his ability to do things in the slot. So I think you guys have an underrated receiving core outside of Devontae Adams that can really do some damage. And then you got the guy who your young receivers. So you got Randall Cobb. Allen Lazard's going to be learning from Randall Cobb.
The main person who's going to be learning from Randall Cobb mainly will be Amari Rodgers. Also
MVS. He's too. Also MVS. That's the guy who plays a slot and Cobb can help him.
Will be a great number 2 if he can learn to catch the fucking ball.
This is what he does with the football.
I know that's kind of an important attribute for a receiver, don't you think?
No, he does have drops issues, but he is.
Might as well just put homeboy at corner if he can't fucking catch.
Yeah, bro, he got the speed. He got the athleticism.
He does.
Or just give him or just do what pitchers used to do before it got banned. They use sticky substances to put on their hands. Just put it on his gloves before the game.
Put some glue on like Jerry Rice did and just call it good.
Elmer's glue. Get a big bucket of Elmer's glue.
Exactly. We'll be fine. The league doesn't have to know about it.
Yeah.
Just don't touch the ref and you'll be fine.
All right.
So something I want to see more though of this offense is Amari Rodgers on screenplays and jet sweeps, because Amari Rodgers has the speed. He has the speed. He's shown it today. We only ran one screenplay with him, and on that screenplay, it was like second and like I believe like 11 or 12, and he almost got a first down. He made it 3rd and 1. Like if he can do that on the screenplays of his speed, and we could get good blocking with like in the regular season with Adams, MBS, Lazard, who's an underrated blocker, could be like instead of 9, that could be 10 plus, 15 plus. Heck, we could even get a big play out of it.
Yes.
All right.
Corrupt.
Now, just like I did with Mr. Corrupt Quake over here, I'm gonna ask you. It's been a fab around here in the sports community talking about the Packers and what they're gonna do. This is boomer bust now for you guys. No question about it. You have to win this year. You have to win this year in order to keep Rodgers. You have the pieces around him. There's no going to 3 NFC championships and not winning it. You have to go to the Super Bowl and win.
Way.
You have to go to the Super Bowl and win.
In our 3rd NFC championship, I swear.
But
honestly, bro, if I'm a Packers fan, bro, I'ma just viewers discussion as advised. Make sure, Hayden, when you upload this are not for kids. But if I'm a Packers fan, that happens. I'm taking a big bottle of bleach, going on the podcast, Hayden, and I'm just
dumping it in my eyes.
No, in my mouth.
No, I'm dumping it in the eyes. That way I don't have to see the misery for the 4th NFC championship loss. Come on now.
And then put it in your ear so you lose your hearing. So that way, you should put it in your ears too, so that way you don't hear us talk about it. So have an ear infection, so you don't have to hear the misery, or and then
I could grab a unspecific object and point it at my ear and just pull.
All right. Well, we can't. I don't know if we can talk about killing ourselves on YouTube.
No. Only where I go deaf. Only where I go deaf. No,
all right. So again, I'm going to continue with my questions here. So yeah. As an outside fan of your team, I'm not a fan of your team, but just a fan looking in. That's what I'm trying to say. A fan looking into your team and situation right now. It's not looking good in a way where your chemistry is still there and everything. But what Rodgers are we gonna get? Are we gonna see a Rodgers that's declining? Or are we going to see Rodgers? When I say declining, I'm thinking of maybe he's doing this to prove a point where you guys need me, and I'm gonna make sure you guys know that. That's what I'm trying to say when I put those quotation marks up.
So you're saying he's going to be petty, like some guy I know named Isaiah Faith.
Very petty, yes, very petty. And what Rodgers are we going to see this year? Are we going to see petty Rodgers? Like we've seen what Rodgers can be when he's petty.
Oh yeah,
we've seen what Rodgers could be when he's petty. And do you think this is a developmental year for Amari, for Stokes, whatever his fucking name is?
Stokes.
And if Aaron Rodgers leaves, Devontae's not staying.
I'm not saying that fully. He has said in interviews that all he wants is the money. That's all he wants.
Yeah, that he could say that, and the Jaguars could go offer him that money.
Hey,
actually, the Jaguars could offer him two contracts more than what you're going to be able to pay because they have one of the most cap space going into next year.
He just wants to be the highest paid receiver, which he did.
There you go then. And if he does, he's going to probably go to a team that offers him more than what you guys do, and you don't have the money to do that.
Imagine Trevor Lawrence and Devontae Adams.
That will help out Lawrence a lot.
But and again, just like with Corrupt, do you think McFleur? Do you think you fire him, or do you think? And listen. Before you start fucking jerking your fucking teeth off, you faggot.
You do that? How do you do that, Hayden?
Speaking fucking hella angry is what I'm trying to say. And do you think if you were to go to another NFC Championship game and you lose, do you think you fire McFlurry?
LaFleur, no.
McFlurry, so. Yes.
I think the big test with LaFleur is going to be after the Rodgers era. I don't think he'll be on the hot seat with Rodgers at all because he first year as head coach to the NFC Championship.
And you lost.
Still, going to the NFC Championship as a rookie head coach, that's pretty gosh darn good. And something I like about him every year, he does not keep the same playbooks, so he can't be figured out.
I mean, well, that's
makes
every
adjustments.
offense, though. That's every
Nagy
offense.
doesn't really do
That's
that.
not true. That's not true.
true.
The Ravens keep the same playbook every year.
Oh,
The Bears do.
they're allowing Lamar Jackson to develop how he wants to develop. That's why there's not really much change.
But like Rodgers literally said last year, and he already said it this year. Like they've been changing the playbook. They change it every year. He has to learn it. It takes him a week or two to learn it, and then he's good to go.
But what makes you think him not being able to win with arguably the best quarterback of our generation?
Mm-hmm.
And what makes you think he's not going to be able to get fired if he can't win a Super Bowl with that caliber of a player? But he will be in a hot seat with a player he can't fucking. He doesn't know how he's going to play because we've seen what Jordan Love in one preseason game in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing
Go
is,
ahead.
I like Love is his quarterback, his first project quarterback. Rodgers is not a project quarterback. Let's be honest.
We know that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I think the organization will give him the chance to see how it plays out with Love.
But why would they do that if he wasn't able to do that with Rodgers?
But Rodgers,
well, someone who could understand any playbook and any scheme. I don't understand your meaning behind this.
We had so many chances with Rodgers. I don't think it's a head coach. I think it's just.
But wait, but you blame your other head coach.
McCarthy just got figured out.
Well, you don't think McFlurry's going to get figured out?
I don't think he will like McCarthy did. I don't like McCarthy.
Well, how do you say that though?
Because I've never really seen a change in McCarthy's playbook compared to what I have seen with LaFleur. McCarthy, I see his playbook in Dallas that he ran back in 2010. But what he ran in 11, 12, 13, 14. All these years.
McFlurry does the same thing every time. When he's down, he starts to go away from the run game.
That's the thing. He has to
without Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be getting away from the run game every day, every year, every time his team touches the field, because your defense is what I like to say the Kyle Kuzma effect. It's inconsistent, but sometimes it could fucking have the best defense, and then it'll be dog shit this week. Yeah.
I think our defense is going to be the main factor. What if we get over the hump? Because this is a team game. And I want to say this. I'm kind of excited for this defense because I've been hearing good things about it. What we saw today wasn't even the first string. It was the third and second string what we saw, mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what I saw from Stokes, he was doing good. Like, he was slowing down the receivers, not allowing the quarterback to feel comfortable throwing that throw without it, worry about it getting deflected or pick. He did pretty good for what we need him to do. That's what I like. Like, our defense is developing. I hear great things from Campbell, our starting middle linebacker in training camp. I think this is going to be our best defense this year that we've seen since 2014.
Well, you can't have a developing defense and have the best defense or have a good defense. You're gonna have to pick your poison. You're gonna be either good or you're gonna be developing. And I hear that. I hear that a lot with Packer fans that this is a developing year. Why is it a developing year when you have the best wide receiver? Excuse me, I'm fucking starting over here.
Well,
and the best quarterback last year.
Their defense is developing because their defense obviously isn't up there.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to just say their defense too. I'm not just trying to speak about that too. They're also talking about how Amari Rodgers is this developmental guy that they need to develop because it's true. They need to develop him.
Amari is obviously
Isaiah, he's the obvious.
That goes to the problem that I said months ago. What Aaron Rodgers was trying to say, that they were drafting developmental pieces when they needed to. And that's why they need to draft a guy like Michael Pittman or Chase Claypool who can contribute right now, who doesn't need as much time to develop.
And that's the thing. Your camera just fucking died.
Oh no!
So it's just a fucking female dick. Chill out.
No.
So So again, with that, I'm trying to say, why are you guys throwing away that development year if you're trying to win now with possibly Rogers last year with y'all and MG's fucking sideways now?
Gee, you good?
Mhm.
Fix. There
There it is,
we
right.
go. There we go.
All right, so I mean, I'm not. It's not just you, but I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of Packer fans throw that out. That it's a developmental year. Rodgers is going to take us to the Super Bowl. How are you going to do that with developing players like that, though?
Like
I mean, Lazard still needs to develop.
he does. That's why
You're
I think Funches is going to be a huge piece because him and Adams are already developed. Tanyan
Mhm.
came out of nowhere. I think Tanyan's about to hit his prime. I think last year was like sparks of it, and I think that is huge. MG, is your camera good?
Somebody calling me.
Put your phone on do not disturb, my guy. It's not that hard. No, but like Tanyan, like he's about to hit his prime too, which is huge for Rodgers. Like I think this year our offense was ranked number 1 in scoring. I think it's gonna be up there again this year. I think the Chiefs might outrank us. I think the Browns could, but I think we'll be like top 3 in scoring, and I think our offense could be top 3 because last year we only had one true developmental weapon, and that was Devontae. And now we're getting Funches, who's developed.
Aaron Jones wasn't there, I guess.
Oh, I'm talking weapon. I'm not talking running back.
A running back is
Shit.
what?
Running back, you're fucking so retarded, bruh. You're so stupid.
Oh, so Derrick Henry, not a weapon, guys.
Aaron Jones is better, Griff. Come on now.
Okay.
No, but like the thing that with this offense I've been seeing is we have developmental pieces and we have pieces to bump. I want to.
You're the reason why I drink every day.
I drink too, so don't feel bad.
Bro, I have gray hairs on the back of my head. That's why I never showed the back of my head because of Hayden.
No, but like this offense is so weird. Like I have not seen a truly fully developed Packer offense since basically 2014, 15, and 16. Because ours, it's just been a work in progress, and we have developmental pieces. It's weird.
Well, it's never been your offense that's the problem. It's always been your defense.
Ever since 2010 was our last good defense. Our last truly great defense. 2014 we had good defense. It just wasn't enough. That's it. Like it. We've seen all of our Super Bowls we won. We have a great defense. Reggie White.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
Example. Our 60s, the 60s when we were the dynasty, great defense that carried. Lombardi.
So
like it's never been the coaching or whatever. It's always been the defense that's basically held us back.
I have a question while we have the two of you in here. Before we get on to the next topic or finish this one or whatever. Packers Ravens play this year, to my knowledge.
Packers taking the dub.
Are we gonna see a bet right here? Are you guys gonna make any type of
ton
bet?
of bets, my guy?
Damn, bro, look at you, MG, being such an instigator.
Yeah,
I
like,
raised you right,
MG,
bro. I raised you right, bro. I raised you right, bro. Let's go.
I have 3 bets with Josh. I have one with. I don't even know half my bets. I have so many.
You owe me 30, bitch. Just remember
You
that.
owe me 20 when the Bulls don't even make it to the second
So
round.
bitch ass up. That's why your dog don't love you.
That's
I'm a
tough.
turtle who loves me, so I'm okay with that.
All right, but so we gonna see a bet or what right now? Don't be pussies, bro.
Come on.
Loser has to buy the. Oh wait. Oh, how about this, Hayden? If Corrupt wins, you have to buy him $100 headphones.
Ooh.
But Hayden, if you win, Corrupt, just because I know you're poor, you have to let Hayden decide your next haircut.
Nah.
Yes.
We're
yes,
gonna get
yes,
a mullet, Corrupt.
Yes.
I'm not gonna make a bet.
Oh, come on, correct.
I'm not making no bet.
Shut up, bro. You killed it in the
Fun
moon,
fact:
bro.
last time the Ravens Packers played, Mike Daniels peed his pants. Not even lying. Son, come on, man.
The biggest.
Just go, Corrupt. Just go, Corrupt. Go, Corrupt.
The biggest. Going back to the coaching thing, you're talking about. Going to the coaching thing.
Oh, Mama Corrupt gonna beat your ass, bro. Go ahead.
Back to the coaching thing. I feel like if Aaron Rodgers goes, right, the just everything should just change. I don't know. Like you're getting a new quarterback. Like, like was this?
Yeah, I know what you're going towards. I agree.
I feel like
You
just a
get
new team.
get new everything.
Yeah, new everything.
Bro.
New
Everything. New scheme, new everything. Because we already know Aaron Rodgers is gone after this year.
Like, what do you mean? Like, by coaching, like a new coach or just like
new coach, new offensive coordinators, new defensive coordinators, new defensive coordinator.
I don't. The thing is, I don't want to do it because, like, a good example of that is the Bears with Trubisky. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like because Matt Nagy wasn't Trubisky wasn't Nagy's thing. Nagy wanted Mahomes in Kansas City. Shut up.
But wait. That's the stupidest comparison ever. How are you going to compare a guy who was in his rookie year to a guy who's in his prime still and could be considered the best quarterback in his generation?
I'm not talking
How
about
are you
Aaron
going to
Rodgers.
compare
I'm
that?
trying to compare him to Jordan Love, saying I don't want to do to Love what the Bears did to Trubisky. Basically,
wait. You just
year, get rid of the coach and just get a new one and have a coach who doesn't want that like QB as his QB like.
Well, that's his decision though. That's his decision. We don't know what he's gonna want as a quarterback. Look at fucking Shanahan, bro. He goes through quarterbacks like girls go through tampons.
That is true. No, but like I don't want to do that to Love. Like I'll tell you this: when Love came out and had his first completion, he got a standing ovation. We loved it. Like,
listen, bro. If Love's not, it doesn't matter what you want to do, Love. The bottom line is what Corrupt and Isaiah is trying to say is basically once Rodgers leaves, that's the end of an era. What they're saying is when kind of what the Eagles did this year, once Wentz leaves, okay, all right, Doug Peterson gotta go. We fired we literally fired our whole coaching staff. We cleaned the house. And that's basically what Isaiah and what Corrupt are saying. Now, obviously, Wentz and Rodgers aren't near as the same level, but the money that they're being paid is around the same amount of dollars. And when you get rid of quarterbacks that high money, that was the franchise quarterback of your team, you have what they're saying is basically you want to clean the house and restart, which means, and like I said, I see what you're saying too, though, because you're saying, why change up a coach on Jordan Love when he hasn't even played a regular season game? And maybe Jordan Love might be good under Matt Nagy. So I see what both of y'all are trying to say. Matt Nagy. I meant Matt LaFleur. There's too many Matts in that division. Or Matt's, Mike's.
And like Matt LaFleur too, before he was a quarterback coach for Matt Ryan. He was a quarterback coach. I forgot where. Like he was offensive.
He was with Ryan
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Yeah, like he was there with like these quarterbacks. He knows quarterbacks, so I want to at least give him 1 year. I'd rather at least give him 1 year with Jordan Love to see if we're like near the wild card or a wild card team before I truly want to give up on the floor on his true first project quarterback as a head coach.
Here's my argument towards that. There's a lot of coordinators, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad coach, right? I'm not saying he's a horrible coach, right?
No.
But I'm just saying, right, that one of the best offenses included Adam Gase as their offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And then he became a head coach. You know how that turned out. I'm just saying, it just doesn't always work like that. Coordinators with good, being in a good offense or having good quarterbacks doesn't always correlate. They're amazing at what they do. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it's going to make them an amazing head coach. Doesn't always do that, right? But let's be real. Let's be completely honest. You can put almost a lot of coaches, right? You can put a lot of coaches there, just NFL ready, standard average coach. The Packers are still making the playoffs. The Packers are still doing good because of the talent they have, like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones.
If Aaron, our biggest talent guy that will probably be on the team too, on offense will be Aaron Jones if Devontae and Rodgers leaves, weapon-wise. Overall, it's probably Bakhtiari, who we have secured for 4 more years, which is huge for Jordan Love. Getting one of the best left tackles to help your blind side. That's huge because Jordan Love, there was a fumble today, and that was caused by the left tackle. Jordan Love was had it back about to throw it, and the left tackle did such a poor job blocking that the defender was able to knock the ball out. Like, that wasn't on Jordan, that was on the left tackle. But if you have one of the best left tackles to do it, like, you don't have to worry about it as much as you would with some scrub.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to give up on Love if Rodgers leaves. Like, give up on the coach who drafted him, who believes in him. If Rodgers leaves, I at least want to give him 1 year, at least. Like, if it's like a 7 and is it 11 now or 10? I forgot which one.
10. 7, 10.
I hate
That's
that.
the
Like,
thing, though.
if it's like that, then we could get rid of LaFleur. Like, I want to see at least over 500
Man, that's the thing, though.
for the
Mhm.
Packers before I
Y'all could have had him, and then still in the first, you could have drafted somebody in the first round, a wide receiver, and you still could have been able to draft him at your fucking second round pick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what bugs me about this.
I think Love might have won to Philly though if he fell to them.
No, I think they were already set on
I don't know.
Mr.
Love, I'm not
We
sure.
were set. We were already set on our pick. We
You
called
were.
Carson Wentz to let him know
All right,
that we were
so-
going to take him.
But
anything else that you think we missed? Something you want to speak
I
on
wanna
before
talk
we
out-
head on?
I want to talk about a defensive player today who I've been hating on for years, who actually played pretty good today and did pretty good. Owen Burke. I saw him at the mic, like the main middle linebacker spot, and he played pretty good. He had 4 tackles, 2 combined tackles, and 1 sack. He was there. He was blitzing. He knew when to blitz and when not to. Like, I don't mind that as a backup. Like, if you can do that and be there and be ready, I'm happy with that. He played great. I just want to say one thing, too, before we end. Use Amari Rodgers more on the screens and jet sweep. We can move on now.
All right, now we're going to be heading into the East, staying inside the NFC, where the best of the best are the NFC East, one of the worst divisions in football. And we have the Philadelphia Fly Eagles fly on the road to L-Town. Injuries are a part of us because we can't stay healthy for the God of us. We're going to go to Philadelphia, where we're going to talk about MG and your Philadelphia Eagles. I want to know how your training camp has gone, how your players have been developing, who has been your MVP, who has been good so far, and who has been, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid cunt?
Ooh, I like that one. Okay. So training camp defense has been showing up every single practice. And our defense is really putting the pressure on our offense to show out. Because and I think the part of that is being healthy with Fletcher Cox, one of the best players at his position. Still an elite player and just doing his thing on the defensive line. You got Brandon Graham coming off one of the best seasons of his career. And it's just competition with Josh Sweat and Derek Barnett at that other edge position. We got Ryan Kerrigan, who's a veteran, who's going to come help us rush the quarterback. So our defense has been showing up at camp. Not our linebackers, but the rest of the positions on our defense, because our linebackers, let's just say we have the weakest linebacking core as far as depth-wise. So that sucks. But as far as, the MVP of the camp, I'm going to have to – see, that's hard, man, because a lot of guys with us, see how our camp is going is this guy has one big day, then that guy. But overall, I'm going to give it to wide receiver Quez Watkins. I don't know if you guys seen it, but in his first preseason game, he had a big touchdown coming off of a screen pass on Thursday night. I think it was a screen pass. He took it almost 80 yards to the house. And this guy, we've been keeping him underrated for the last 2 years. Well, we had it this is going to be his second year. So we've been keeping him under the radar. And his first preseason game, I believe one of his first catches is a 79-yard touchdown. And he actually is going to be probably one of our starting wide receivers. Also, too, Devontae Smith is looking like he might play next preseason game, which is very, very promising. Obviously, one of the most talented wideouts in this draft class. Can't wait to see him get on the field. But I got to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's going to be Jalen Hurts, man. What I seen in this preseason game is that he has control. He has the leadership. And that's one thing that Corrupt was saying earlier about Lamar Jackson that he likes that a lot of other quarterbacks sometimes struggle with. And quarterbacks that struggle with leadership was Carson Wentz, who was our quarterback before. He kind of didn't get the feel of the locker room. Same thing I see a little bit with Jared Goff. He doesn't really have control over his locker room when he was with the Rams. So one thing I like about Jalen Hurts so far in the preseason game is that on the field, it looked like that he showed big leadership. Also, too, one thing I do want to say that I had to criticize him for, sometimes when he doesn't stay in the pocket, sometimes he runs too much. I don't know if Corrupt probably knows that with Lamar Jackson his rookie year, where sometimes you just want to see him make the pass instead of just trying to run and make the highlight play. But one thing I do also like about Jalen Hurts, he doesn't force the ball. He throws it away. That's what I like about him. He throws the ball away. He's not going to throw a pick that he doesn't need to, or he's not going to take a sack. He's always going to throw the ball away. And his accuracy has actually been pretty good in his first preseason game. He had a nice pass to Dallas Goedert, beautiful ran deep out route by Goddard. He had some passes to Jalen Reagor. I think he had one bad pass to Jalen Reagor that was pretty low, but he had a nice, great chemistry with Zach Ertz as well. Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert are honestly in training camp they've been kind of average, but in this preseason game, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, they're the MVPs of at least the preseason game because of what they showed they were able to do as a duo. They've been one of the best tight end duos for the last 3 years, and they continue to show why. But my MVP the whole training camp, like I said, is going to be Quez Watkins. He is going to be wearing number 16. So if you watch our next preseason game, which is coming up on Thursday, make sure you look out for number 16 on the Eagles. Quez Watkins has been the MVP in the camp. Now, a guy who's been doing, Isaiah said, what the hell is he doing? I'm sorry. There's going to be a guy we picked in the first round 2 or 3 years ago, and that's going to be Andre Dillard, left tackle. He lost his starting spot. I believe he is injured right now. Right now, he is injured. But when he was in camp healthy, he consistently allows Jalen Hurts to get sacked. And he's the backup. And honestly, bro, if we can get him off the team, another guy who gets in the what the fuck are you doing category is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I'm honestly just ready to celebrate the day he gets cut. We picked him over DK Metcalf. I can't stress enough on how we should have picked DK Metcalf. And those are the two guys. Also, too, one thing I want to point out is that Miles Sanders running the ball has been good throughout camp, but he has dropping issues coming, which is very new. I didn't and him with his ball security, he's kind of letting the ball get out of his hands a little bit. I don't know if it's just because, maybe off season, he hasn't caught a ball in a while. He's been focused on maybe running during the off season, not catching the ball. But he's been a little iffy as far as catching the ball out of the backfield. He's been good at that throughout his whole career in his first 2 years. So I expect him to knock off the rust as far as catching the ball. But it's just been interesting how he's starting to have dropping issues when he's always been a pretty good pass catcher when he's healthy. So, but I think Miles Sanders is going to be good, man. I can't wait to see him, what he's going to do running the ball this year. Like I said, once he fixes his minor dropping issue that he's going through right now, he's going to be very good. So that's how I feel about our camp. I actually feel really good about the way our defense has been playing. Darius Slay, I think last year, Darius Slay coming into a new defensive scheme was a learning. He had to learn a new playbook. And my only question is that he's going to be learning a new defensive playbook again because we have a new defensive coordinator. But the thing about this playbook, I think it's going to fit more his style and he could play more free. So watch Darius Slay. He might have an amazing year as far as interceptions go. And he's going to be guarding the number one receiver on your team. So obviously playing against him isn't the easiest, but also obviously he's not Jalen Ramsey. But, hey, man, the top receivers in the league have respect for Slay, and he's going to have an amazing bounce-back year this season.
Now, I have a question for you. You have a new rookie head coach. You have all this coming in. What are you expecting from him? Like, wins, losses, like how he performs? What are you expecting from him?
Well, my season prediction is going to come out last. That's the last team I'm going to do on my channel. And also, the week before the season, I'll give my season prediction on the podcast. So I won't give my win-loss record here. But as far as my expectations for our rookie head coach, Nick Sirianni, I expect him to do what he's been doing the whole entire training camp. He's been making sure our players, don't get too comfortable. He's been making sure that if you are a starter, just because you're a star player on the team, just because your name's Fletcher Cox doesn't mean you don't have to compete. Just because your name is Zach Ertz doesn't mean you don't show up to practice or don't play in preseason because you're a star player. And I like that. He is the type of guy, he doesn't care who you are. You're going to have to go out there and play. You got to prove that you're still good. Fletcher Cox, if he does play preseason, he plays like two snaps and then he goes. He just shows his face. Now Fletcher Cox is playing a couple of possessions in preseason. A guy like Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz sometimes usually sits out during preseason. Now Zach Ertz is out there getting a couple of catches and getting plays drawn up for him in preseason. So this guy is really showing that no matter who you are, you're going to have to show to me that you're going to perform. That you have to show up to practice and you have to play in preseason games. I don't care what Doug Peterson allowed his star players to rest during preseason. I know other teams do that too, but he's the type of coach that I like how he preaches competition. He makes sure that everyone has to put in work, no matter if it's preseason, regular season, or off season. Now, things I don't like about him is that sometimes he tends to overthink things, and I think y'all can see that in his press conferences. Sometimes he overthinks things. Sometimes he stutters a little bit that people joke with him about, but I just want him to stay calm. Don't overthink it. I noticed was the offensive coordinator with the Colts last year, who had a good offense, and he made the playoffs with them. So I expect them to try and develop this team and take us in the right direction, but I just don't want him to overthink things. Just be a great head coach and just trust your team. You got to put trust in team and trust your quarterback. And I think he's done that well so far. And I just like the way he's been leading us, and he's been giving us great competition and making sure, like I said, every player puts in hard work. No plays off. It's no time to play off. Like I said, everyone plays during preseason. Everyone plays during practice. Unless you're injured, no days off. And that's what I like about him.
Now, how do you think the running back room's going to do? Because you just got Kenneth Gainwell, you still got Jordan Howard, and you got your starter, Miles Sanders. What do you think's going to happen with the running back room, and what's going to happen at the end of preseason when you got to make those cuts? Who do you think's going to stand out?
That's going to be difficult. I love every single one of our running backs on this roster, and it's going to hurt because two of them going to have to get cut. Some of them that y'all don't know, Jason Huntley had a good game in preseason, kick returning and running the ball. I love what he has and his potential. He's a raw talent who really is going to take a lot of developing, but can be a really good running back in this league if developed correctly. He's a good running back that I love. Kenneth Gainwell, dude, the potential he has, not only at running back, but at receiver. Jesus, man, that guy has loads of potential. Miles Sanders, y'all know, I think he's probably my favorite player or my top 3 favorite players on this team. Y'all know I defend Miles Sanders to the moon and back. That is my guy. So we already know he's going to be starting running back. But honestly, our running back number 2 is going to be Jordan Howard. And the reason why is because Miles Sanders, he didn't play the first preseason game. I don't know if it's because of a rest or whatever. But that's actually, speaking of how I said starters, all of our starters played. Miles Sanders was the only starter that didn't play. But so Jordan Howard, and what we wanted to do with our running backs is make sure that they block. We sent extra blockers with the running backs, and Jordan Howard did that perfectly. So Jordan Howard's going to be probably our RB2 now. And I think that Kenneth Gainwell is going to be RB3, and we're going to have a 4th running back on the roster. And I think that Boston Scott and Kerryon Johnson are going to have to fight for that spot. I think Boston Scott's going to be the guy that gets cut. I just think Kerryon Johnson has a little bit more potential than Boston Scott. I love Boston, and that's gonna hurt. See, that can go either way. I think that's gonna be the last cut is the running backs because that's gonna be such a hard decision to make. Both of them, Boston Scott has been loyal to us, but like I said, Kerryon Johnson has more potential and more upside. So I think we have a good problem at the running back core as overall.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Oh shit, my mic. All right, so again, Hayden talking about how your running back core and how you're talking about your defense. There's not really much I expect. I think a lot of us could all agree we don't really expect much from your Eagles, even though you have one of the easiest schedules in the league. This I feel like is more of a
Developmental, yeah.
how high could we get into the draft? Because I feel like this could be either you guys do good, win 8 to 9 games, or you tank and possibly get a top 5 pick.
Oh, we're not tanking.
You don't
We
think
ain't tanking.
so? You don't think
Our
so?
head coach, he ain't letting us tank. No.
You want
He's
to
making us play.
I
He's
mean,
making our
'cause-
star players grind in preseason. No way we're taking.
Well,
but
he
that's
could wanna
that's the
see
thing.
the
That's the thing,
talent.
though. I mean, look. This is what I see from Howie Roseman. Whenever he picks up his head coaches, from all the years and all this and that, all the coaches he's been through. Fuck Chip Kelly, he's a bitch. It seems to seem that he likes to get yes men, guys that who will not tell him no. And honestly, I think Nick Sirianni is a cuck. I think I'm sorry for that, but I honestly think I honestly think he's a cracked out Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's just a bitch. I mean, you could say he's doing all this great stuff. I mean, so was your last head coach. He won you a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl, exactly.
And
But you say he's a cuck, bro. He might be in the bed smashing your mama right now, so I'll be careful.
you know how I know that's a lie, bro? Because my mom's a guy, bro.
Wait, what?
Oh, really?
As if let's get that speech,
Oh
so
my
we won't
God.
see him next episode. It's been nice
It's not.
knowing
It
you.
sounds like, why did you expose my secrets?
As it's not going to be on the next
Well,
episode.
that's the thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was just a little side joke, but I mean, he could be. I just don't see it in him where he's that type of coach where he's just gonna like say "fuck you, Howie." I'm gonna run my shit because it seems like Howie's very demanding on what he wants and what he's gonna get. If Howie wants something, he's gonna go get it.
That too, but also too, one thing Howie's gonna have to chill on that this year because he's on the hot seat. So if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's gonna lose his job. So I don't think Howie Roseman is gonna be as demanding as he was from his coaches his year past, because obviously our owner sees that doesn't work, and if he keeps doing that, Howie Roseman is gonna be fired. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that I think Howie Roseman. And one thing I do like what Howie Roseman he's been doing. He so far, knock on wood, he's been letting our coaches coach during the training camp. He has been interfering, going on the field and talking with the players. The only time he talked with the player, I think he talked to Zach Ertz at our preseason game. Just I guess just checking on him. I don't know. But other than that, he's not been trying to step his boundaries. He's been doing his job and letting the coaches coach. For now, we're just gonna have to see if that holds up.
Okay.
Now,
And
anything
else? Go ahead.
You got Howie on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? Like, what do you want to see from him before you fire him? Like, what's the way that he keeps his job?
He keeps his job if first off he lets our coaches do their job. He keeps his job if his draft picks come out to be the right pick, because we put our trust in him this year to go make the right pick. So if our draft picks are used correctly, and if he lets our coaches do our jobs, and he continues to go in the right path as he had a decent offseason, I think that's how he saves his job.
Okay.
All right. So, you want to speak on this or what? You want to say anything, Bay?
About
you want to say anything?
Jalen Hurts is Lamar Jackson 2.0.
Oh my God!
What do you mean, bro? You
I hear that comparison too much.
Y'all about to fucking replace it for Deshaun Watson and give up all your first round picks this year.
Obviously, that was a joke because we know we have Ben Gay, who's probably gonna randomly watch this one episode because his football analyst centers are gonna go off that I said that.
That's
but all right. So, anything else that you think we should have talked about? Anything else that you want to talk about before we move on?
Other than that, man, just fly Eagles fly, and hey, whatever happens this season, I'm gonna be watching all 17 games, and I just can't wait for the season to start, bro. Let's go.
I think we're all excited for it.
Oh no!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the greatest part of the episode. Yes. It took this long to get to me. Yes. But just like the others, I'm gonna have MG tell me what he wants to say. So MG,
Yes.
go ahead.
So, Mister, we have Mr. Isaiah Faithful here. You have your San Francisco 49ers today. Now, first off, obviously, obvious questions. Your breakout player in training camp
Mhm.
or your MVP in training camp. Also, give me your offensive player of the training camp, your defense player of the training camp, just to see, who's guys that I might want to look out for, for your team, because we have a matchup against y'all this year that we'll talk about in when that time gets here. Also, too, I know this is going to be a touchy subject, but talk about all the guys you have returning back from injuries that was injured last year, because you had the most players on IR last year. So, offensive player training camp, defensive player of the training camp, the MVP of the training camp.
Mhm.
You can talk about a little bit of the injuries, and then hold
Trey
on.
Lance.
You thought I forgot about Trey Lance and that pass he made today. So I want you to talk about Trey Lance last, because that's the main event. Save the best for last, but just talk about that other stuff, before we get into Trey Lance.
Well, I want to talk about this. Training camp has been good. Knock on wood. We've been continuing to stay injured free, and if I'm gonna choose a guy that's been stepping it up, it's gonna be Trent Sherfield. He's fighting for the number 3 spot for the wide receiver position. He has yet to drop a pass in training camp. He came out of nowhere too. I believe he came out of Arizona. He was he's been pretty good. Trey Lance and him have a good connection. Him and Trey had a touchdown. That was the 80-yard bomb.
Yeah.
And he's been doing good in training camp. He's been he's been our MVP besides Trey.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else is doing their job offensively. And honestly, I think for the defense, I'm gonna say I can't say his name. Hafunga. I'm gonna just say his last name. Hafunga. Our fifth round gem safety.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing good coverage wise. He played very great in the time he played in the preseason game. He's been locking down. He could wrap you up and take it to the ground. And he's been doing pretty good. But all of training camp, everybody's been doing good. We could talk about the injuries. You said you wanted to talk about that. It seems like we're being very conservative about our injuries and letting the players be a little lazy with those guys who got injured. Nick Bosa looking like he's not been going to practice here and there. But then you have D Ford, who's looking like prime D Ford. And that stuff like that confuses me. And then I already know Jalen Hurd, who's been who just finally decided to show up on the last day of training camp because he knew because Shanahan said something. Shanahan called him out, and he caught 3 passes in training camp. He didn't play in this first week of preseason, and it's just been weird with these injured guys. And we don't know if we're gonna see Jalen Hurd ever play. Nick Bosa hopefully comes back healthy. He's on track. Says Shanahan, he's on track to be coming back healthy and good. And it just seems like we're going into this year and we're hungry. Either we don't know who's going to be the quarterback. Of course, it seems like it's going to be Jimmy, but Trey Lance playing in a couple of drives this game. He had that 80-yard touchdown that made me absolutely bust the fattest nut known to God. And
so dumb, bro.
And the ability that he has to roll out of the pocket, the ability he has to throw in the pocket, he kind of reminds me of Brett Favre in a way, where his passes are so fucking strong. When it hits players, it's gonna ricochet off their hands and it's gonna hit them in the chest a lot. And a lot of wide receivers dropped the passes today because of how fast and how strong Mr. Trey was throwing it. Half of his passes were incomplete because they were dropped. He only was able to complete 4 passes on 123 yards and a touchdown. He had some minor mistakes where he threw it into coverages where it should have been picked off, and it wasn't. But overall, Trey Lance has been looking good in training camp, and I'm just a little worried that he's been practicing with the second strings, and it was shown that in this preseason that second string offense is the offensive line is not looking good. He was pressured, he was dropped down a couple of times, and I want to see him play up the first strings, but I know what Shanahan's trying to do. He's trying to give Jimmy G his value as high as possibly as he can, because let's be real, with that 80-yard bomb, that when Jimmy G's went from this to his trade value. And they got to keep his trade value high enough to a point where they could get. And I still think they want that first round pick that they were asking a couple of months ago.
I think
it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And honestly, I think, call me crazy, but whoever is going to be the leader and commander of that offense is going to take us to the Super Bowl this year and win it.
Be good.
Honestly, what I feel about Trey Lance is that I agree with the fact I want to see him play with the first team line with Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey, all those guys, because Alex Mack, I want to see him play with that unit, because honestly, I was watching Roach's stream and I was looking at the game a little bit, and I just heard bad things about the Niners' second string of the line.
Terrible.
Aaron Banks didn't have a good day at all.
Yeah, he didn't. He was allowing the most pressures, and he got injured.
So that's interesting. I think he was the best offensive line you guys drafted so far in this draft. So he hasn't looked good in the second team. So I want to see Trey Lance play with a better offensive line to see what he can really do with a little bit more time. I think he only made one bad throw when he almost got it picked, when he didn't see the coverage guy coming and almost got picked. Other than that, all his other completions were just drops, which, I mean, like I said, the receivers got to get used to how he throws the ball. Once they get used to it, they're going to be fine. And that 80-yard touchdown pass just showed how great of a deep ball he has. And one thing that I want to see him do next preseason game is run the ball, use his legs. Yeah. Don't be scared to use your legs. This is the big boy leagues. And
that's something we also seen with Justin Fields this week. He didn't really use his legs. He seems kind of slow. He came out and said himself that he felt slow.
He did have a rushing touchdown though.
He had a rushing touchdown, but that was he didn't do Justin Fields type of running that he did in college.
Yeah.
He ran because he needed to, because he was getting pressure out of the
search that up, Aiden. You usually have to search up stats.
But if Justin Fields doesn't want to pass it more instead of running more, I'm not like that would be good for him, because that means he'll go through more of his reads. That's been one of his main problems in college. He can focus on the reads more and then run if you have to. I wouldn't mind that.
Justin Fields had a good game today, though. He had a really good game today.
But again, with Jimmy G, he's looking like Jimmy G. His first drive, he went 3 of 3, and his last play, being Jimmy G, he underthrew a wide receiver. And what else? What else are we gonna think about that? But honestly, I honestly like the team the way the team is going right now. You could call me crazy, but I still think we could win the Super Bowl this year with whoever we put at quarterback. But we'll have to see. This is going to be an interesting season for us. If we get another high draft pick, we're probably going to draft a wide receiver with that high draft pick again.
Also, too, Brandon, you got to catch that ball, boy. I don't want to see you dropping passes
Trey
like
area,
that, boy.
Bro. You got to let Trey, bro, be Trey.
I want to say this.
Yeah, you got to catch that ball, IU, because I need you in fantasy, bro.
Boy,
can't be doing that. Can't be doing that when I need you in fantasy, IU.
Boy, don't you compare Trey Lance to Brett Favre, because Trey Lance won't be Favre because he never completed his first ever NFL pass himself.
Shut up. Anyways, Isaiah, last thoughts on the Niners or something that we didn't ask or bring up?
Something I want to bring up is Justin Fields, you're a bitch. You're a baby back bitch. Niner fans have been waiting for you to fucking play, and you fucking show up on the last day of training camp when your coach calls you out.
Oh, you talking about Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Justin Fields, but
I was like, wait, what?
But I mean, he's just. I just feel like he just has been a bitch lately, and he's not doing what we thought he was going to do, what he was going to bring to the table. He should be the number 2 wide receiver over Debo. And
with his potential, yeah.
his potential he has, but it seems like he's scared. He's scared to play, and I mean, what could we say? What could we say?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
another thing I want to say is, Niner fans, get ready, baby, because we about to win the Super Bowl this year, baby.
No,
Hey,
you're not.
The 6-time Super Bowl champs
No.
coming soon,
Isaiah,
baby.
can I get one last word from you? A few
What's
words.
up?
I want you to say "Bang Bang Niner Gang."
Yeah.
Bang bang Niner gang, let's go, baby. Try area. Let's go.
Pack, go.
Let's get this just. Shut up, you're
All
gay.
right. Well, let's go to our guests. Corrupt. Any final words you have to say? Not even. We already asked you all the Ravens questions, but anything else you like to say about this NFL season coming up?
Yes.
I think it'll be a very good NFL season. A lot of just exciting things are happening. First off, we're getting fans back. We can actually go to the fucking games now. Oh my gosh!
Wait, I went
Second
to one
off,
today.
COVID is going to be a lot less of a problem than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Speakers and shut up before I. Come on.
He's just gonna take your land away, bro. Chill out.
Oh, come on. Anyways,
I've been having the
back to
sniffles. I'm just saying. I have been having the sniffles. Anyway.
Anyways, back to Corrupt.
Yeah, the NFL season should be awesome, bro. A lot of people are like, especially those Niner fans.
Oh, really? Yeah, you want to speak on us? Yeah, speak on us.
I'm being
bro.
a little delusional.
But how are we being
But we'll see
delusional?
what
How
happens.
are we being delusional?
Thinking
Explain
you're
to me,
winning the
Mr.
Super Bowl.
Corrupt. With the,
Oh,
with,
God.
the, with the most depleted defense in the league, yet we were able to get a top 5 defense last year, better than your Ravens. Let me remind you
No,
that.
that is cap. Oh, that is cap. Our defense is better than yours.
Not
That is
better
cap.
last year. Not better last year.
No,
And we had
All right.
fucking
No.
third strings
No.
playing,
All right,
bitch.
we'll
Wait.
have this.
Oh,
We'll have
please.
this debate
Oh,
next
please.
next episode.
Hold up. Actually,
Man, at least my running back can throw the ball past 15 yards, bitch.
you know what? You're running. You know what? What's we gonna do? We're gonna try to have Corrupt on during or even before the NFL season, or even in Discord. You guys have to make a bet of the Ravens and Niners better defense. And Corrupt, you cannot turn down that bet.
I'm just
That's
trying
a
to make
bet that has
another
to be made.
bet here. Like,
We play?
Better defense, Ravens or Niners? This season.
Oh, I think the Ravens. Come on.
So you're not just gonna put to the account that we have the easiest schedule for a good team this year?
Hey, if the Ravens got a better defense, they got a better defense. It
you
don't matter.
face your
Hey,
own
bro, we
division,
play-
which is the hardest division in all of NFL.
Division and
It don't
football,
matter,
that's
bro.
cool.
It don't matter, bro. Shut your bitch ass up, bro. You're gay. Shut up.
Well, they're gonna get a lot of sacks against Seattle because that O line.
Yeah, Seattle dog shit, bro. Seattle dog shit.
Oh, you.
But
I am mean.
Corrupt, outside
You're
of
so
sports,
mean, bro.
outside
Be
of
Christian,
sports,
bro. You okay, bro? I'm sorry, bro.
I thought you were
You're
crying,
fine.
bro.
No,
Don't
no,
breathe.
no,
I
no.
thought-
I'm
yeah.
doing something important for the video. Don't worry.
But
Okay.
outside of sports, any last words for our people, Corrupts?
Yeah, and he finally gonna start a channel.
He did actually.
He did.
has
Oh yeah,
started
that's
Oh,
right.
something.
Oh, I'm gonna
Actually-
try to be active though.
There
Okay, look.
you go, bro.
Look,
there you
I'll
go.
put his link in the description.
Yeah,
actually.
put his link in the
It's gonna be mostly this,
The
but
Ravens.
it's something to start off with. All right, it's something to start off with. All
Hey
right.
man,
That's my argument to be better than yours.
Also- I want to say something. Every time I do some type of collab with Corrupt, I always appreciate it because Corrupt, I don't know why,
God,
he's
I'm
always, rather he's in the chat or doing the collab with me, he's always in my best YouTube or podcast moments. He's always in my favorite YouTube or podcast moments. Except
Man, shut your ass up, bro. I haven't even been on your channel yet, bro. I'm mad as fuck.
you haven't yet. Wait until I get to the NFC West.
Man, bro.
Hey, bro. I mean,
But,
I can't blame MG though. I mean, look at me. I'm a sexy motherfucker.
wow. Okay.
Shut
I
up, bro. You look like a
Yeah.
retarded mermaid, bro.
And I said last year on my YouTube channel, I always say Corrupt brings the views because every time he's on my channel, there's something interesting that happens that gets the viewers up. So
Like Joe?
Shut
When
up.
Joe came to Joe?
yeah,
Boy.
actually, yeah, when Joe came to Joe and Corrupt was there. But yeah, man, Corrupt's always a good guest. And if you guys have channels and want to talk about the Ravens, make sure you have Corrupt on your channel because you Corrupt, man. One thing I'll say Corrupt about him being a guest, he's respectful and he always gives his honest opinion. and his headphones will get your channel views. So
Fuck yeah, his 10.
But, Kurup, thank you for coming on today, of course. Thank you.
What's up?
yep.
Thank you for coming on.
He said
I can barely hear you, bro. Like honestly.
I said thank you for coming on.
he said thank you.
He said,
If you don't understand
fuck
English.
yourself, you're a bitch, and I hope you fucking fall down a flight of stairs.
And I'm
bro."
stealing your
Yep,
line.
that's
No.
exactly what he said. But
Wait a minute.
I said no. I stopped.
No.
but
All
yeah,
right,
Kurup,
Mr. Krupp. Thank you again for joining today's episode. As always, we love to have people on. We always love to have other people on to get their other opinions because it's kind of tiring sometimes when we have to hear B yapper about the fucking I was gonna say Padres,
Packers.
the Packers.
Arizona's better than Derrick Henry. Come on now.
Go look
Alright.
at my last video that I just uploaded, ladies and gentlemen. If you hate the Padres as much as I do, and if you haven't already subscribed to MG, he's coming back from vacation. Finally, gonna start uploading, gun on that grind. And then we
Y'all know
got
what time
white
it is.
boy Hayden, the cheesiest of cheesy, with his cheesy ass dreams and his cheesy ass lifestyle. Hayden is gonna be on the grind as always, and then you got me, the big bro.
Don't end the episode, Hayden, because also too, we talked a little bit about this today before we start recording. We have been very inconsistent in the month of August. In the month of August, we have been very inconsistent. So we on
As bad
behalf
as
of
MG's hairline, bro.
I blame Corrupt's headphones. I blame Corrupt's headphones.
On my behalf of the Bin Podcast, we shall not be that inconsistent again. The month of August, I don't even think we posted this month yet, so that is our faults. But look, ladies and gentlemen, the football season is here, so expect us to get back on our usual regular program schedule, whatever you want to call it. And also, don't die, as Isaiah would say.
Don't die.
I want to say
Don't
this
die.
before Isaiah ends it. If you guys haven't already, go check out Kurup. Hopefully he'll be consistent like we're hoping to be on like we were in the month of August. Like MJ
Oh,
said.
Mama
I'm
Kurup
sorry
coming
about
for
that.
him, bro.
She's coming for him. But if you guys haven't already, I know I'm going to be posting a new vlog that I'm very excited for. That I got some clips for. If you guys haven't already, hit that sub and like button to all of us. Cheesy B, Talking Sports from G, Not, and Isaiah Faithful for now. But if you guys haven't,
Still, bitch ass up, don't say that.
And as always, stay cheesy.
And MG, get your outro out, boy, before I slap your bitch ass.
He already did.
Listen, ladies, listen. No, I didn't. I actually give my apology.
Oh yeah,
for
that was your
not
apology.
Stupid bitch.
Exactly. But anyways, y'all already know the deal. Y'all already know how I give it up. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to everyone's channel. We got content coming on. The greater grind never stops. Hashtag no days off, as Isaiah's crying. Also, too, for the NFL predictions, I don't know what these guys will be doing, but so I can get every team done by September 10th, which is the first day of the season. I'm gonna be double uploading too, so I'm gonna be double uploading some teams' predictions. So might be 2 uploads a day for some days, just so I can get every team as fast as possible. So we got finish up the NFC North, then we go into the AFC North, so you get to see my Corrupt on my channel like the next week when I get to the Ravens, and then we go to the NFC West, where you see Isaiah on my channel, then the AFC West, where you probably see Donnie on my channel, and then so on and so on. So you guys just look out for my channel. Next division, AFC North, AFC West. After I finish the NFC North, you already know the drill. Just all these predictions about to drop, and another Eagles roundtable is coming soon. So you already know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it goes around here, comes around here. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. And as always, piss off, you dirty cunts.